everyone, it's Miss Sandy here again. Today's lesson is 3D Shapes Lesson 2. So in the last lesson I introduced you to some of the shapes, and I remembered afterwards I missed one. And I missed one because I don't have it, and they're sometimes really hard to find. Maybe you know it. So we're going to review the names of the shape, and in today's lesson I'm going to focus more about the corners, the faces, and the edges. Sometimes the corners are called vertices, but in today's lesson I'm just going to call them corners. Okay? What was this called? What is this shape? What is this 3D shape called? Do you know? Look like a dice. Looks like an ice cube. Cube. Do you remember what it was called? It begins with C and it has a K sound. Cube. Can you say cube? Cube. Good. What was this one called? It was long. It had a square over here and a square over here and rectangles over here. And it was something called prism. Do you remember? That's right. Rectangle prism. I like to clap it out. Rectangle prism. Full claps. Can you do that? Do it with me. Rectangle prism. Good. Cube. Rectangle prism. Good. Cube. Rectangle prism. What was this one called? It was a square-based pyramid. Good. Square-based pyramid. Can you say that? Square-based pyramid. Cube. Rectangle prism. Square-based pyramid. What was this? What was this one? Yes, it looks like a can of pop. Looks like my glue stick. Looks like a marker. Cylinder. Can you say cylinder? Good. Cylinder. Say cylinder. Good. Cube. Rectangle prism. Square-based pyramid. Cylinder. Good. Now remember I didn't have this, so I had to get a real object around the house because mine rolled away somewhere. So imagine that one covered. Cone. Well done, it's a cone. Cube. Rectangle prism. Square-based pyramid. Cylinder. Cone. Sphere. Oh, I have another cylinder. One of the other shapes I want to briefly talk about, but I don't have an example, is a triangle prism. So imagine a rectangle prism. Now this is a square-based rectangle prism, or we could just call it a rectangle prism, okay, because it has rectangles. But a triangle prism, imagine that square being a triangle. So it's almost if I cut it in half, and if you imagine it that way, so if you imagine it like this, that's right, and then all the way along. So it's almost if you chop this in half, but on its side like this. There you go. That's how you would see it. There you go. I don't have a triangle prism, but that's another shape. And they're really hard to find. There's a chocolate bar that's shaped in triangle prism. I don't have it and I would like it, but it's delicious, but I don't have it right now. Alright, let's review the shapes and see if you remember the names of the shapes, of the three-dimensional shapes, the 3D shapes. Good, a cube. Good, a square-based pyramid. Sphere, good. Cylinder, good. Cone, good. And that's it. This is another cylinder. Oh yeah, I think I showed you this one last time. We'll use this one. All right, let's now talk about them. Cube. I'm going to introduce you to some of the names to describe, or some of the words that we use to describe a shape. So the first one is face. That's a face. That's a face. That's a face. And I like to demonstrate it by just rubbing my fingers on it, because I know a face is a flat surface. So the way I count is I make sure I hold my cube like this and I don't rotate it. Otherwise I'll forget which one I counted and which ones I didn't. So watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I went all the way around first, front, then back. 5, 6. Let me show you again. So I go from the top, I go around, I do front and then back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back, 6. Don't rotate it because you'll get confused. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 faces. Let's try a square-based pyramid. I'm going to hold it like this. Make sure I don't forget. This one I'm just going to go around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me show you. Do you see the faces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A face is a flat surface. 5 faces. Let's do my rectangle prism. I'm going to start at the top. And I'm going to go all the way around. And then do the front and the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which other shape also had 6 faces? Do you remember? Yes, that's right. It was a cube. They both have 6 faces. They almost look the same, but they're not the same. But they both have 6 faces. Cylinder. Let's do cylinder. Now 2 obvious ones, the front and the back. 1, 2, that's a flat surface. However, all the way around is considered a face too. So that's 1 big face, 2, 3, 3. Cone. Imagine my cone is covered over here. I know this funnel is not covered, but that's a face, 1, and then all the way around, just like the cylinder. 2 faces. Sphere. Can you try and guess how many faces this one has? Some of you are saying 0, some of you are saying 1, and some of you are saying 2. It's 1. The surface of a sphere is 1 face. So imagine if we open it up, it would be just 1 face. Okay. So what you can do is at home, if you have a cube or if you have a dice, I want you to count the faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Count the rectangle prism face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look, I have a tissue box. What shape do you think that is? That's right. It's a rectangle prism. Let's count the faces of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? I have another one. Just to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, I have a different shape that I found. The Sandy's travel mug. What shape is this? That's right. It's a cylinder. Right? Do you see? Circle, circle, and then you can roll it. So let's count the faces. 1, 2, and all the way around is 3. Good. Good. That was the faces. Okay. Let's see how we're doing for time. It's 10 minutes now. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video here because I just introduced you to faces and I don't want to go on for too long. So please go around your house and see if you can find a cube, a rectangle prism, maybe even a sphere or a cylinder, right? And see if you can count the faces. The next 2 videos I will introduce the corners and the edges. Okay? I don't want to do too much at once because we can get confused. So do this. Go find objects around the house and find the shapes and count the faces. Cube, rectangle prism, cylinder, square base pyramid, sphere. Good. All right. I'll see you soon. Bye.